Yeah, so we have to keep on trying. What is the most important thing? And that's for not even English specifically, that's for every language we learn. We have to learn the basics first, right? And we have to learn them very well. Because if we don't, later in a way, we will just get confused. Yeah, because there will be too much information. You will get mixed up, you will get confused. So the most important thing is focus on the basics. Because if you don't have the basics to generally just follow up. Yeah, so that's the key there. So what do we need to do is basically just dream big, set goals, and take action. Yeah. So first, like, think of what your dream is. What would you like to be doing in life? Is it, I don't know, studying in another country? Is it living in another country? Is it just, watching movies without subtitles? Whatever that is, just, make a dream. Yeah, what your dream is. What do you want to do in your life? Then we just have to set goals, right? So depending on what your dream is, we need to think of how to get there. Basically, just, yeah, what do we need to do? For example, like if you want to study abroad, you probably need some sort of English test, like IELTS, TOEFL, or something like that. If you want to watch movies, you don't need that test, right? But you need to know a lot of vocabulary, and you need to be good at listening. So it depends on the goal, and then just take action. So start doing what will help you to generally just realize your dream. Yes, to make your dream come true at some point. What your dream is. What do you want to do? Okay. In your life. The thing is, in the very beginning, it might be hard for us to, like produce content in the language, right? So it is hard to speak. It may be hard to write. Yeah, what do we need to do? What can we do in the very, very beginning? Is first we take the language in and then we put it out. So let's, like in the very beginning, or if you're struggling, start with listening and reading. Yeah, listen. If you don't like reading, you can focus on listening. It's fine, just read a bit so you see how the words are written. Yeah, but listen, then read a bit about, it doesn't have to be English book. It can be something that you're interested in. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what it is. So just read a bit, listen a lot, and you'll get to know more words. You'll get to know how language is created and so on. And then we'll do writing and speaking. Yeah, these are harder because you have to make the sentences on your own. You have to think of your own words and put them together, not only try to understand it. Yeah, so you can try that, and this might really help you. Yeah, so don't force yourself to give some content like straight away. What do we need to do in general? It doesn't matter what the purpose is. We need to focus on communication. Yeah, because if we don't, what is really the language for? Yeah, the language is to communicate with people. So that's why let's make that your main focus. Yeah, communicate. And now the thing is, when I was in Indonesia, I had Indonesian language teacher, and he was always saying, like, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're not Indonesian. It's perfectly fine if you make mistakes. Like, people will understand anyway. If they don't, they ask more questions. Yeah, and this is perfectly fine. Like, don't make generally the fear of making a mistake stopping you from talking to people. It's okay. People understand. Yeah, even if, like, for example, I don't know, you hear someone speaking not that great Bahasa, you still understand what they mean because you know the language better and you will understand. So don't worry about that. Okay, the most important thing is so you can get your point across, right? So people understand what do you want or what do you want to say. And as you go, you'll just make things better and better and better. He was always saying, what do we need in general? Whenever we have a goal, whenever we have an idea, we want to do something, we need some support. Yeah, so we need people to help us, and it's nice to have people to help us. So we should tell our friends and family members what we are doing, what our dream is, how do we want to get there. Yeah. So if you share your idea, people might keep you accountable. So they know what the idea is, and they will help you. Yeah, they will ask you oh, how is that going? Or do you need any help? And so on. Yeah, and also they will not interrupt you because they will know what you're doing. They will know what's important for you. So that. And now the very important thing is a lot of people focus on accent. Do I have the right accent? Well, the more important thing that you can play with accents, sure, it's fun. Why not? But the thing is important is actually pronunciation. So the way we say the words, right? The way they sound. Even if you look at, for example, United States, as we have it on a picture, yeah, there's so many accents within the United States alone. It's similar as you think of Indonesia. How many accents do you have in Indonesia? Yeah, people from somewhere from Sumatra speak differently than people from, let's say, Solo. Yeah, and this is exactly the same story, right? So accent is different, but the pronunciation is the same. Okay, so this way words sound. And that is important. You can play with accents, but they are not the most important thing. Yeah, they're just literally to play. So what we are trying to do in general is to make English a part of your life, right? So you can change all the settings to English. Whatever tech you're using, just do that. When you're watching something, try to watch that in English. Yeah. When you're listening, try to switch. Even the thing is, you don't need to understand 100%. Yeah. You need to understand roughly about 60, 70%. That will be good to actually understand the content very well. So it's not that much. Yeah. Okay. Don't get discouraged when you don't understand something. And so yeah, we have this lovely pie chart here. And generally, it's good if the answer to the question why I need subtitles when I'm watching something is I'm gonna eat chips. Yeah, it is I'll be noisy. Chips are, you can read articles in English.